Alright, we clicked on it, boys. Feels bad. It actually exists now. It starts lagging us. That's why I didn't want to click on that. It starts lagging, boys. You hate to see it. Autosave rollback? A full cycle? I don't think it's worth it. We'll just take the L. Start simulating. Oh, the Drecko's alive? He better be eating all the meal lice, dude. Give me that glossy egg naturally. I do not want to tame you yet. You have a couple of cycles to try to naturally go into a glossy. And then once it's high enough, we'll start actually grooming him. I don't think it's worth it, the autosave back. I just clicked on it, right? It's such a pain. Such a pain. You just had a 100+ dupe colony. I don't think the lag would be comparable. I mean, that's a point. That brings up a point. Alright, so we have more airflow in this pocket now. And then we're going to do sweep only. Crude oil. Priority 9. And then we're going to sweep... I know one of these are in kilograms. Are none of these in kilograms? This one is. Okay, we're going to sweep the 13 kilogram bottle into here. I don't think I have... Oh, no. This one's off. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so when this melts, I'm going to have to cap this so this doesn't spill in, which should be fine. And then we have a pitcher pump right here. So auto bottle enable. Fed coming in with the oil. We need it, boys. Can't deep fry without the oil. There he is. Nice. And then now we need... Oh, we gotta put it back. Wait, no, we dropped it off. Oh! It entombed! That's so rude, dude. Electrolyzer's gotta stop entombing. I could probably mine that from the top, and then I need to drop brine. Sweep only. Full bottle. It's not gonna freeze either. I need you to stop freezing. Aw, every time, dude. We need another bottle of brine, please. It's working 10% of the time. Please. Fed. Come on, second bottle. Oh, the oil bopped me again. Can we get some more brine, dude? So we stop hitting max gas pressure. What's up with these small bottles of brine, dude? Can we get a full bottle? Thank you, Critter. There we go. Let this constantly be here. Oh my god. It's this tile. Why is that so tough? Why can't we just produce? We're actually good on the brine. There we go. There we go. Ah, and it stopped working. Come on, dude. Ah, damn it, man. Such a pain. All right, we're gonna mine this tile. That tile is... No, actually we can't. Actually we can now. No, actually we can't, because then it's gonna spill from the top. This is such a pain. I want to replace this tile, because that's basically what I need to do. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. 400 kilograms lost. They don't think it'd be like it is, but it do. The snow will fall. No, it won't. If I replace the airflow, it won't fall. But I do want the snow to fall so that this becomes an airflow tile as well. Ideally, I would want that. But if the snow falls, so does the brine. I guess that's not a big deal. That shouldn't be a big deal. Also, this is a liquid lock. Feels bad. Somehow I made a liquid lock. Hate to see it. You hate to see it. At least this is breathable now. And the base is very breathable, which is pretty good for us. Down to here is nothing but neutronium, nothing impressive. Getting the meal lice, making sure we have that. Oh, we don't have space in the ration box. Let's move this over to here and put the unperishables. That way we have more storage for our perishable food. Looks like we're not able to actually take that from the farm anymore, which is pretty bad. Alright, hopefully we get more airflow here. Now that that opened up. Okay, now we could mine this. The snow fell? Oh, it did. That's Pog. Which means I put airflow there. Let's go, let's go. Ah, more ice melting. It's fine. Dude, every time? Every time? The water is... It's this tile now. Okay, we're just gonna build it, man. This is such a headache. We lost the... Dude, we could have mined this out earlier. Top liquid layers in grams now, so we just gotta add more brine. Mine out that tile. Food is decayed, pinch pepper nuts, that's fine. Dude, come on! Oh! Keeps freezing, man. Y'all gotta stop that. Now it just doesn't want to do the thing. Dude, this is such a nightmare, man. This is such a nightmare. Oh, God. Why does the contents have to actually interact? Alright, oxalite. Free oxygen, can't complain. Every time we move in the water, it immediately freezes. We're not generating enough heat. And the only thing we could do at this point is just pump it out. See, why does that move over? It's just polluted oxygen. And then it's gonna freeze. Dude, this is such a pain. It's literally just the brine water. It shouldn't be because of the top airflow. It should just be like that. It's so weird. Because there's no contact, so this doesn't grab onto the liquid or anything like that. Let's just put another airflow. No, I can't. That means I won't be able to mine it out afterwards. I'm so confused. Now it's just working. Now it's just working. It just works now. I don't even know why. It just works now. Yep, water's coming in. Water here is being used. Temperature is fluctuating. Dude, hey man, I don't know. Somehow it got the genius and now it works. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. I don't know what I did, but it's working out, boys. So we're in. Alright, so now we're here. Sweep only crude oil. That's no longer on, right? We're gonna make a one drop lock. Does any gas get deleted? No. The hydrogen was stacking up on this tile. Now it's 2 tiles. Now we're getting a 3rd tile. Looks like the oxygen is on the right. The thing that literally could have bopped me is CO2. That typically looks like the problem most of the time. But you could see how the hydrogen is starting to grow. More tiles of it. Oxygen is on the right now. So I think we're fine. All we have to do now is maintain the temperature. And then we just have to have the off-gassing controlled. Okay, now we're going to go into the slime biome on this side. That's not enough. This is pretty good. Sweep that to here, make a 1-drop log, go into the biome. We want to go to the ice and also use the polluted water. There's a lot of germs in the area, which sucks. Oh, and there's also this right there, which is, you know, going to be a pain. But it should be fine. Bringing in some slime lung shouldn't be that bad. I think what we can do, though, is do something like this. So you have to go through this one, and then we put a wash basin here. That way they can wash their hands when they're leaving. If you could have used the electrolyzer, what would be your next choice for melting the biome? If I wanted to melt it as a goal... Oh, man. Oh, and it sealed itself again. Classic. What would I want to use to melt? It'd probably... I don't like using the tepodizer, because although it works, it's typically not that great due to the fact that of how much power it consumes, 960 watts. If it wasn't that... it would probably be a combination of the refinement buildings. The kiln, rock crusher, compost are 3 things I could build right now that generates a good amount of heat. Outside of that, moving my water sieves inside so that the heat from the building could be properly. Metal refinery too. Just use the water and dump it back out. That's probably pretty good as well. Are you doing your classic run with non-deadly slime lung? Feels wrong. That brings up a good point, Slayer. I probably should have turned on deadly slime lung from back in the day. I did not consider that, but that's actually a pretty good idea. I see you over there, man. I see you over there. Yeah, metal refinery would be pretty good. Would be pretty good. Did we get? We did. Okay, so great monument. Try to get close to that. And then I do need to build a tile there. And then we'll deconstruct and make our vacuum lock. Classic slime lung. Yep, when it used to be deadly. Alright, so we're popping eardrums now. We are literally just popping eardrums. And I think because of how much water we have, I need to mine this tile and this tile. I have to. That way we get the oxygen flowing out consistently without anything impeding progress. And then this could pump basically indefinitely as the oxygen flows out. How are you going to get lime for all that steel? You could just make iron. You can make refined copper. It doesn't need to be steel. Alright, it's pretty good. We got a little bit more oxygen now. This is starting to stockpile. I will put a reservoir here in case it fills up. So we'll go like that. If this pressurizes, and then we could fill up the reservoir. That way we're still moving oxygen from the top and this continues to work. Alright, got to there. Gonna do this to get our liquid lock. So the upside with doing this is the oil will not move. So I can actually mine this out. And the polluted water drops, and I'm not too worried. Tells you how many times I've built the monument. Oh, that's true. That's what you mean when you say that. That's probably... Oh, that reminds me. I did not actually fix my hatch ranch. That reminds me. Okay. Alright, we gotta have this here. And then... Wait, does that work? This doesn't. I could do this here. And then how would I want to do this? Because I don't have loaders. I don't have a mechatronics guy either. Okay, so we'll probably just do incubators that aren't on. So we move the eggs out. Because I have the hatch ranch they're eating, but we're not multiplying the population because I never made a setup for that. I just moved the ranches in. Just move the hatches. So we're not going to power the incubators. That way we just move the eggs out. And it's in a controlled position. That way it's somewhat automatic. And then they'll auto drop off back into here anyways. And then all we have to do is make a auto wrangle room afterwards to do a drowning setup. I might have to micro it for a little bit. And it broke again. Temperature is rising, so more of the polluted ice is melting, but it's fine. Just make sure we can maintain this running will be great. That's really the hardest part right now, though. I think what would have been better is if I actually lined it up with insulated tiles around the airflow. That probably would have been amazing. But that's true. Lime, I didn't consider that. We probably just have to do a lot of ranching as a result. Eggshells into lime, probably pretty good. Yeah, if I moved it over, it probably would have been fine. Let's make this a 6. Make that a 6. Let's make this a 7. This is going to be muckroot. No muckroot here. And then all the meal lice goes here instead. Now we just need some runners on the wheel. Don't have... I need to stop doing research. I need to stop doing research. Maybe a second battery probably helps. Alright, so this is the purpose of this lock. The oil here will never break, and we hold all the polluted water as a result. It looks really jank, but it's actually not that bad. We're just gonna put a pitcher pump, start moving the water out. Gotta have the strats. Gotta have the strats. There we go. As long as the water stays like this, I'm happy. Okay, so right now we have 15, 13. I shouldn't have enough food, given how much meal lice I'm growing. But they're not complaining, and we're still getting rotting food, so I think we're fine. I think it's because of the meat. But I think this is okay. Melting the polluted ice, which is fine. Gonna start moving the hatches out. Oil says liquid pressure. Fake news. Yo, it'd be like that sometimes. Start moving the eggs. Let's go. Oh, I never actually selected it. Feels bad. There we go. Now we can move the eggs. Now they're no longer cramped. Now we can maintain population. Now they can be all happy laying eggs. Let's go, let's go. That's going to be pretty good for now, since I don't have automation. And then we're going to make this powerless, so that we don't use power. But at the same time, they're able to move out eggs somewhat automatically. We're just going to be using the duplicate labor to do most of the jumps. Still want to be somewhat automatic, right? Gonna go, Mr. Napolini's. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. And of course, we'll see you next time, man. Let me know when you attempt the run. And have a good night, man. Restful, rest easy. Ah, a lot of the oxygen is good now. Alright, so the other parts of the base is alright. I will want to do a quick setup right here, though. And then this is entombed again, classic. Dude, look at this. 49 kilograms of hydrogen, 2 tiles. This is all 5.8 kilograms of oxygen. It's working. Because we're getting popped eardrums, man. We have oxygen. We just got to maintain this a little bit. But it does work. It's when we run out of power that it breaks. Kind of a pain. So I think we're going to cut the power here. And just use the electrolyzer for oxygen right now. We'll keep this one up, though. Go through a little bit of boundary. But we have a lot of gas right here we have to move out. So building out this pipeline is going to be the goal. Let's go for a little bit more copper, just in case. And then this is at 68. Off-gassing issue. So I do need a little bit of the water to fall down, huh? That kind of sucks. Because I need to add some pea water here to maintain the pressure level for the slime. 7 tiles, 5, and this is at 100. Oh yeah, we can actually do it. The only thing is that it's going to spill over. So I need a route going straight down. Okay, let's deconstruct this. And let's do a partial dig like this. And then the water should find its way down. And then we just mop up the rest and mine out the rest. Have that here as well to start moving water. We're doing all right so far, man. We're doing all right so far. Very oxygenated. I guess another thing I would want to have is the algae distiller. Is this chilling in this area? Or is it heating up due to the heat? Ooh, refined copper. Rust. Oh, that's oxygen. That's actually oxygen. I'm taking the copper, dude. Thug life. I considered it, and I went against it. Alright, so I was going to build the slime distiller, right? Because it generates heat. That way it can melt the biome a little bit faster. Maybe put it in this area. Oh, we don't have to research yet. I guess we could make the space. Would it be a bad decision? Mine those two. Let's put the material studies research terminal right there. Let's have another space here. Oh, I can't mine this out. Sand bops the water. Rust Hydra? I mean, it's possible. It's just that we don't have a lot of rust, so I don't think it's going to be feasible. Like, I set it up. 10 seconds later, it's done. It just happens to not have any rust in the map anymore. It feels bad. Alright, this is better again. Back up to 600. So all we have to do now is pressurize the area with enough oxygen pressure, and we'll be good. CO2 pressure could also do that. Oh, and we gotta start moving this again. This is... No one wants to build it. Feels bad. Okay, let's just do our duties first. Do this one to that one. Get the oxygen coming out. And then, do I want to start skimming? I guess that's the question. Another thing I do want to do, not because I want to, but because I should, is the bathrooms. So we'll do that here. Or start setting this up. Let's see. This one's about to go. That's a lot of water, a lot of water, a lot of water, a lot of water. Okay, so all the wash basins have water still. I guess we could slowly set up the bathrooms. So that means clean water at the bottom, classic, and then dirty water up top. Looking at this, yep, dirty water goes up top. That means goes here. 1, 2. Set up the pipes preemptively, and then clean water here. Yep, looks good, looks good. So we'll just set that up. And then we'll wait for the dupes, give them something to do. This hasn't broken yet. I think the new battery actually helped because it just keeps rolling. 4,000 grams, dude. Oh, the last pipe segment that we can't reach. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. And the oxygen is connected. Let's go. CO2, that's not what I wanted, but it's fine. Alright, so we're pumping again. It's only popped eardrums, right? You can dig that sand out if you corner build a ceiling. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's such a pain, though. I mean, yeah, we could. It's such a pain. I should just tap into the water. We'll go from the top. And we can't do the next research because I'm missing the material study terminal. We could still do one of them. But I do want to eventually get to the monument, right? Yes, neutronium indicates a geyser. In most cases, if you have a geyser spawning next to the edge of the map, you might get a line of neutronium, but there's actually nothing there. That's a spawning issue where the neutronium spawns into the geyser and makes it get deleted. So the geyser that would otherwise be here relocates to another tile. So you always have the same amount of geysers unless you have a map modifier, but you run into the debated scenario where you have that happen. What if you get that in the middle of the map? The middle of the map? That's possible, but only, I don't know if it's still a thing. That used to be a rare map modifier thing. So some maps, they give you, so normally you have 12 geysers that are covered up like this in the classic start, right? In the DLC start, you have a lot less, right? You only get the 7 geysers here compared to 12 normally. But if you're playing on the normal map, you get 12, right? And you have to find the geysers. They're actually random. Versus Spaced Out DLC, the geyser clusters are tied to the starting planet. So if I'm Terra Start, you're guaranteed Cool Slush and Cool Salt Slush. Always guaranteed, right? And that's because I'm playing on Terra. But if you're playing Classic Start, you actually get a pure random roll. Now, sometimes, back in the day, this used to be a thing, they would actually give you more geyser spots than normal. Meaning that you'll have neutronium here, and then neutronium here, but then one of them could be empty. And it's because, for whatever reason, the game decided that that's going to be client side. So what happened before was, I was playing on a map, someone copied and pasted my seed, and made a map themselves. And then they tried to tell me where the geysers were. So when I went, and I checked out the location he told me to check, there was no geyser. And then I called him a liar. I thought I was getting trolled. And, you know, rest is history. And then I realized that it's because the map gen is weird. So What happened was that on my map, there was a neutronium wall with 4 tiles geyser here, and we had a geyser there. On their map, that did not exist, and instead they got a geyser somewhere else. And that was on the same seed too. So that's client side, meaning that even if we copy and paste the same seed from each other, we could actually get different map gens. And it's going to be mostly the same, but some of the geyser locations could be swapped or just in different locations entirely. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, though. I just know that that used to be a thing, where the game kind of tries to debate you, even though we were using the same seed. Which doesn't really make sense, but it is what it is. So you can get that in the middle of the map. Why that happens, I don't know. Does it still happen? I don't know either. But it used to happen. It used to be a thing. Alright, so we're still not doing research. Let's focus to the other one. I got on my last map on the spaced out pip asteroid. Oh, did you have someone else play that seed to actually tell you what that could have been? But it adds some weird. I don't know why that happens. It just feels like it's so unnatural. But it is what it is at the same regard. Moving the O2s, baby. This is way too overpressured, though. Gotta build out these pipes. They're building things out too. It's taking some time. Alright, looks like we need more dupes. I'm a little bit worried, though. Now, just confused. Thought maybe we were gonna get a double geyser. Turned out to be 0 geysers. Feels bad. Haven't touched a DLC, so I wasn't aware that it was different. Yeah, the DLC is different. The rocketry is the biggest difference, but that hides the fact that there's a lot of other differences in the game. Like, a lot of people don't think about it. And when you ask a lot of the streamers, they just tell you that rocketry is the biggest difference. And it is. You go from end game to early game, right? But there are a lot of other things as well. How the planet size, how the geysers tied to it now, it's different. They did make a lot of the changes on both games now, like food change, suit change, with the repairs, things like that. So that's more or less the same, but, you know, some of the minor differences like that kind of sucks. I would still say the DLC is better, though. I would say that. Oh, we could actually move this guy. It's pretty good. Alright, so we do have a Great Hall, which is pretty pog. 3 rooms, 4 rooms. DLC is based. DLC is legit, man. Can't complain about that. So are we still researching? Or are we not researching because we can't? I mean, they should be able to. This is... do just enough so I can't mop it. That's rude. Okay, so on this side, for whatever reason, this pitcher pump's not getting made. I do not know why. And then I might just want to run into the ice biome. Opening it up into the jungle biome would chill out the jungle biome, which would be pretty sweet. Another Draco right there. Nice. Yeah, no other... oh, is this... no, that was the cool slush that I don't want to activate yet. Yeah, I feel like I'm just undermanned right now. I'm too used to having 100 dupes and having all my tasks done immediately. Feels bad. I've been spoiled. The 50 for 50 challenge, the 100 dupe challenge. Did it all, and now it's like, dude, why is this taking so long? Why can't they just finish building it today? These dupes, man. They're slacking. Now, I want to say that, but I know they're not, because no one is idle. But it is a struggle right now, man. Maybe we want to stop researching so that we could have more people doing work. That makes a lot of sense. We're going to stop the research. Also, I might want to mine out this tile so the brine spreads out. Hopefully that happens. I don't think it does. Did we just do pulling back the veil? 80% of the map discovered? I doubt it. This incubator is working. What's your egg chance at, Mr. Dreco? 7%? That's grossly low. That's really low. I could try to hope for a 7% roll. Alright, let's take a dupe. Supply farming. Ranch deco digging. Cooking. We have a cooking dupe. I think we have 2 ranchers. I don't know if I want to do farming. Green thumb early bird, though. That's really pog. Alright, we'll take Amari. Alright, let's set up the priorities. So, Stinky never got assigned to anything. Operating suit wearing farming. So, he's going to do operating, suit wearing, and then farming. And then we got Amari. That was also a farmer. And I think he was strong? No, he's a supplier. Yeah. So that means we do storing. We'll make you a priority store. Since no one else is doing that job. Should be fine. 6 out of 6 to be frank. I just have one person doing research only. True. We don't really need more research, though. A lot of the research is for later on. Like, not a lot of this is something I could actually do right now. I guess I could get CO2 tech for the rockets, because I will need that. Oh, I could actually start storing the CO2. I should actually do that. Right? Because I will have to do rocket missions. I should, yes. Okay. Let's do a little bit of preliminary mining at the bottom. And then we'll start making an infinite storage tank for CO2. I feel like that could be pretty lucrative. And then another thing is, I have a lot of hydrogen. I have a lot of hydrogen right now. I want the hydrogen. I have 250 kilograms. That's so much power right there, man. Like, please, can I get some hydrogen, man? Asking for a friend. It'd be pretty sweet. If I could get some H2. This is done. Not bad. And I guess, you know, we'll start making CO2 storage. So, 2 tiles. Perfect. We'll probably want to sweep this up. Once that ice melts above it, it will explode upwards. Yeah. I wonder how bad it's going to be. Hopefully it works in my favor, though, and all the hydrogen goes up top. But it's going to be a while, man. We're still at -20. This needs to be at 0. Upside is that it is the lightest liquid in the area, so it's going to be on top of everything. Looking at our liquid layers, we have brine, polluted water. Water is going to be on top of that. Liquid density, man. Gotta pay attention to that stuff. Alright, I will mine this out for a little bit of gas flow. I think it's worth it. Still working on the pipes for the bathrooms. Good thing we got this started before actually putting in the bathrooms. Oh, and this is in. Alright, so put that there. We're still sweeping the area. Dude, look at this guy Frankie, dude. He's buff. Picking up 6 seeds. Never mind, just 1 granite. Guys, I think we're going to make it. I might be saying this a little bit prematurely, but it looks really like it's feasible. Like, just surviving 365 cycles, no geysers. It feels very feasible if we're mindful of melting the ice, converting everything into an oxygen resource, any shape I can. I think we got it. We're gonna make it confirmium. Not copium, dude. Confirmium. Using the wrong emote, dude. I probably don't even have confirmium as one of my emotes. I probably should get it. I think we got it, boys. I think we got it. It's looking pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. It's looking pretty sweet. I'm actually gonna pump out the oxygen. I would normally just vacuum it out and delete all the oxygen. I'm actually gonna pump it out. I'm actually gonna pump it out. Gotta use all the parts of the buffalo sometimes. Research is done, nice. So that is carbon rockets. Is there anything else I need? I guess I could get the loader tech. We just don't have a lot of people building. Build supply. This guy can build. Oh no, is it because he's early bird? Wait, no, FPC. Are you a builder, dude? No, you're not. He's just been building a lot, it looks like. Dude, we're gonna make it. It's looking pretty sweet. I want to say we're gonna make it. Dude, this is overpressurizing right now. Feels bad. We have a lot of oxygen right now, man. We got stockpile coming in soon. This is overpressurizing, man. It's looking pretty great. It's looking pretty great. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to make, yes, and we do have space now, is the algae distiller. Now, this building converts slime into algae and polluted water. Polluted water, you know, it's going to be a no-brainer why that's going to be useful for us. We're just going to drip the polluted water here, and then we're just going to pitcher pump it. And then we're going to build the algae distiller right next to it, with the logic being that... Oh, that's a pain. Alright, we'll put it here. With the logic being... I could put it up there instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's fine. This area is going to be cooling it down, so that way we could control the temperature. This is going to generate heat, and we have a power line close by. And then we get slime into algae, which is always going to be awesome to stockpile. We haven't got any Pakus yet, which is surprising. But at the same time, I don't have to worry about them chomping on my algae. No Pakus. Not even this. Oh, well, there's one right here. Outside of that, there's a puff chilling. This is still blue, which means it's warming up. But it's not beyond freezing yet. It's still freezing my pipes. We have exactly 7 tables. Amari, dude, why are you not eating? Oh, he ate already, that's why. I guess that's fine. Oh, that did the flip-flop for a second. Looks like the polluted water might be helping us. It's trying to flop, but it can't because it's the lighter liquid. Oh, but that's because this is causing it to flip-flop. Yeah, dude, look at this. 300 kilograms? When this opens up, it's gonna explode. Like, do you guys see this? 146 kilograms? This is all pink up top, dude. Everything's gonna turn pink. Alright, I think I need power-based from a generator, not a hamster wheel, dude. Like, this is taking forever. I really just need this hydrogen. I just need this. I need the polluted ice to melt, so then this pushes out this way. There's nothing else I could mine. Mine out diagonally. Can't reach there though. There's that ice. That's not gonna do anything. It feels bad, man. Alright, we got this built. Pitcher pump. That's good. I want to get a gen for this. I just don't have hydrogen in the area. We still need them to build out the bathrooms. Oh, is this ready? Oh, it's almost ready. Alright, so let's do a sweep-only oil delivery. And we need something over 1,000 grams. Oh, 2,000. That's pretty good. Sweep that in, build out the tile, and then pump out all the oxygen. We are going to do this. Oh, hamster wheel, not a gen. And then once we get the liquid log, we could roll, pump out all the oxygen. We'll be great. Water's almost done here, which is not bad. This didn't spread out like I thought it would, so we could mop it. Feels bad. And that one combined both bodies of water right there. Alright, this is good. Nice. That was loader tech. Require mechatronics. Require mechatronics. We don't have that yet, right? So the mechatronics guy... Oh, this is not by age. Oh, that sucks. How come they don't sort the duplicates? You hate to see that. Alright, we'll give you carrying capacity, Amari. Citrus the wizard needs the digging skill. And then we'll give him the final digging skill, because he's a legend. And then we got Critter. Needs to do mechatronics. I think it's time. Oh, 12 out of 10. Hopefully he has morale requirements met. Stinky needs farming and then tinkering. We'll give FPC his art skill. Frankie needs... He needs plumbing. We'll give Fed the field research astronomy. We're good for now. Hello there. Dupe's treating you well tonight? What's going on, Trimler? We're doing all right. I spilled coffee on my desk. All over my mouse pad and keyboard. So I gotta take care of that too. Outside of that, my dupe's treating me well. I'm treating myself pretty poorly. With the coffee maneuver. I should have learned the speedrun strat called the coffee skip. I unfortunately did not get a chance to learn that, so it feels bad, man. But otherwise, man, we're doing all right. Doing all right. Learning as we go, of course, Kappa. But how are you today, Trimbler? Hope you're doing well. Able Skewer, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? It's been a minute. Hope you've been well, Mr. Able Skewer. Why would you do that? Do the coffee skip? You know, man, it was an accident. Real gamers don't spill coffee. Yeah, it's because real gamers drink Mountain Dew and Monster. I'm over here drinking tea and coffee like an old man. Be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes. I'm not about that life, sadly. Monster, dude. Dude. You know what have you guys ever heard of Surge? I believe they have it in Norway, and they call it Urge. It used to be a soda energy drink. And it tasted like Mountain Dew on steroids. And I'm not gonna lie. I was a fan. It used to be delicious. And then they just don't sell it in the United States anymore. And that's only exclusive to Norway now. And they got rebranded. It was delicious. I'm not gonna lie. It tasted amazing. I didn't care for the caffeine or the sugar. It just tasted really good. Like, no memes, dude. Surge was good, but Jolt was the OG. I've never tried Jolt. I've never tried Jolt. So I can't say anything about that since I've never had it. You ran through that? That's not legal. Alright, and then we gotta do this. How many dudes are we aiming for this run? 12. Because our run in this run, Able Skewer, we're doing a challenge run. The challenge is called Super Classic. And Super Classic, at least the challenge that I'm doing with myself, is we're going to be playing as if the game just came out back in Alpha 4 years ago. And that means we're not going to have Geysers. We have them in the game, but we're not going to use them. We have a teleporter that takes us to the other planet, but we're not going to go to there. We are not allowed to build a rocket to leave the circle. We could go out to the circle to do databanks, but that's it. And then our goal is to survive as long as we can. So, of course, that means I don't want to take on excessive dupes because they're going to require more oxygen and more food, burn through the resources faster. And then that's going to be the super classic run. We're going to see how long we could survive. Now, the goal is going to be home sweet home, and then we have an achievement called 1 year to be exact. So that means we have to survive 365 cycles. And this is going to be a survival run, not so much sustainability, because I don't think we're ever going to balance out. We're going to have to go through resources in order to survive. At least that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's going to be the goal for this run. The original Jolt Cola Company went bankrupt back in the day. It was the first carbonated energy drink. Oh, wow. Was that not a thing? Did people not like it? Because Surge, didn't they go bankrupt as well? I've been playing Oni for some time. Didn't know there was a time Geysers didn't exist. Yeah, back when the game first came out, back before beta testing, back 4 years ago, because I believe this game was on alpha testing for 2 years, like early access. And back then, you didn't have the printing pod. You had a board where you actually got your jobs. So let's say that you wanted to get a new skill. You don't go to the printing pod and it shines a light on you anymore. Instead, you just get a new card from the job board that's posted. It used to be weird. And then, yeah, there wasn't Geysers in the beginning. It was just like a normal colony management game like RimWorld. Oh, the job board was right before I started playing. Yeah, so even before the job board was... Well, no, the job board existed right back then with the no Geysers. But yeah, long time ago. So if you weren't there for that, you don't remember that, that's perfectly fine. It was a while ago. It was a while ago. Zero Dragon, what happened to the company? Did you find out why it went bankrupt? Was it just not popular? Because didn't the same thing happen at Surge energy drink company? They wanted X, Y, and Z, but then they went bankrupt. Long time ago. In a galaxy far away. No, man. Back in the days when there used to be planets in a place called Earth. That was how long ago it was. Do you remember those days, Mr. Mycelium? Don't know if you do. Without Geysers, there is finite limit, right? Eventually oxygen will run out. Yes, exactly. So our goal is find as many ways to generate food and oxygen for the colony and survive for that long. That's going to be the goal. That's going to be the goal. Almost done. Dude, you know what, man? Just for you, we're going to prioritize this. Guys, I need you guys to finish the plumbing. Please. Please finish the plumbing. We will unentomb this building later. We have enough oxygen, man. Oh, we're actually running low. Okay, we got to mine that out now. Say that again for me. I have to respond to my IRL people. Mr. Mycelium. You might have to tap into your mycelium network of fungus. They'll let you know because they heard me. Gotta tap into the superpowers, man. Alright, we got a vacuum. Let's go. Alright, remove that. Let's remove this. The pump, we can actually keep in... No, we have to remove it to put the bottle emptier. Nah, we're just memeing. Just memeing. Nothing serious. A frozen core setup would probably get you the furthest then. Yeah, actually, yeah. That could. Yeah. A frozen core setup theoretically gets you the furthest. Assuming you have the thermal energy to actually melt it. I'm not even kidding, man. It's hard to melt a frozen core. Now, I'm playing on Terra Start. Classic Terra. You can't get frozen core on Terra. So because of that, I don't know if that's going to make it easier. I mean, it should, theoretically, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm starting on Terra. Once you get Aqua Tuner, it's fine. Once I get plastic, you mean? Because I need that plastic from the steam turbine, right? That's more so what I'm trying to go for. That's why this Draco is feeding on the mealwood. We need this to go up, dude. This egg chance. I want to say once we get it to 25%, I'm going to start brushing them. That might be the strat. Critter flux them, I can't. We haven't found 5 different species now. Steam turbine requires plastic, yes. Steam turbine, right here. Not the aqua tuner, the steam turbine. So the steam turbine is needed so we can have an easy cooling setup for the aqua tuner. Because the aqua tuner is going to absorb a lot of the heat, right? We need something to cool it down without worrying about it. Paku should work. I believe you just have to flop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. And then we just have to get lucky that we get a critter fluxomatic. Because if the critter fluxomatic is not on the starting asteroid, I just can't use it. Only use steel if I recall correctly. Oh yeah, that got changed completely then. Now it's any refined metal plus plastic. Would no water sieving help last longer? More polluted to off gas? That's a great question. I don't know if polluted water is 1-to-1 for off-gassing. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just don't know if that's 100%. So you know what I mean by that. If I generate 1 kilogram of polluted oxygen, does that mean I lose 1 kilogram of polluted water? I'm not sure if that's how the formula works for polluted water off-gassing. But right now, I am... It would extend it. Yeah, it would extend it. I just don't know if that's a good ratio. Because if it is, that's probably something to look into. But right now, I'm just sieving everything and feeding into electrolyzer. Getting less oxygen. I'd just boil it to steam and cool it into water. And you could do that as well. You could do that as well. Theoretically, boiling polluted water is not the best method though, because filtering it gives you more dirt. This is 1-to-1, right? It is 1-to-1. Yeah, so sieving it is better. But the water doesn't change. Like when you heat it up to steam and have it go back into water, it's not gonna gain you anything. So I think that's pointless. Right? Because the sieve is 1-to-1 and you get more dirt. It is 1-to-1, but a deodorizer is 1310, breathing without filtration PO2. That's true. That's another point to bring up. Tribler. Breathing in polluted oxygen gives you a debuff called Yucky Lungs. I don't know if any of my dupes have it. Yucky Lungs makes you consume more oxygen. It does, but you get a lower percentage. So when you boil polluted water into steam and get dirt from that, you don't get as much. That's what I'm meaning. You still get dirt, but you get more dirt from a sieve. You get more dirt from a sieve. Which sounds weird. I just don't know how that works, but that's how the math calculates. The difference is between 1% and 3%, I think. Something like that. So it's like a 1.5% difference in terms of total mass of water into dirt. But, yeah. It's only if you care for that. It's not a lot, so it's negligible. But the sieving is a lot less of a hassle, in my opinion. But yeah, that's another thing I didn't think about. Yucky Lungs for breathing in polluted oxygen puts you a debuff modifier in your dupes. Luckily, I don't have it. It makes you consume more oxygen. Popped eardrums. No one has Yucky Lungs, though, so I'm happy with that. Sieving is less power costs. That's true. Starting temp. Starting temp. If you have hot polluted water, it's probably better to just boil it. But if it's not hot, it might kind of suck. Back to 9-10 kilograms. Alright, we probably leave that entombed for a minute then. Alright, so it is time to get the bathrooms, boys. Citrus the Wizard, you no longer have to clean the bathrooms. It's time to get some plumbing in. Oh, ha. I don't have anything in the pipes yet. Okay, we gotta fix that. Alright, so we're gonna build the first bathroom, and then we'll fix that. We gotta make an infinite storage tank for CO2 at the bottom of the map. That way we could start using that for rocketry. And then I'm gonna do a weird setup in the back. We don't need these anymore. I'm gonna put a reservoir back here. I want it right here. And this is gonna be all the non-CO2 gases. It's gonna be what that's gonna be for. There's no sink if they leave to the right, right? Right here. This is all one platform. So in order to go to the right slime, there is one sink right there. Oh, you're talking about down here. This is a one-way door. That's a one-way door. You could do one-ways like this, and then this side is two-way. I should probably open this too. But having a one-way door sets that up so that it's a lot easier. And yes, if you set this up one way and you open the door, it still works as a one-way. Are you allowed to use oil wells? No. Oil wells are not allowed. And I think I don't get oil on the Terra start. I only get it if I go to the second planet. So via teleporter. I might be wrong, but I think that's how that works, right? And then I need to get water into here so that we could start doing the thing for the toilets. Yeah, no oil. Yep, no oil. Fair. Yep, yep. Alright, so this is going to be the filter for that. This is going to be sweep-only oil. Alright, let's go with... Damn, 3,000. That's probably perfect for the two tiles. That means I get a little bit over 1,000 grams each, and then it goes up to like 600. That's pretty good. That's like the perfect bottle of oil for me to drop in. I could probably do this one, though. This one at 24 is probably more optimal. Drop that into there. Once we get that, we could do our CO2 filtration. Alright, so... we're going to do a weird design. We're going to pump this out. Do this. 4 tiles is probably ideal. And then we'll start pumping the CO2 from here into here. Nice. This is good. So this is infinite pressure. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's move out the vent lines. Wait! Oh, I put 2 bottles in! No! That's rude. They put both bottles in. Come on, man. These dupes. It's overpressured. It's too much liquid. Alright, so who's doing the mop? Alright, so he's good. Frankie, go here. Mop command. Cancel. No! All the oil's on one tile. We gotta build back the bottom end here. Damn it. Alright, we're gonna move the... God damn it, man. I got you baited. We're gonna move to 3,000. I started doing these and have to redo it every time. Dude, it's a small window. It really is. I'm gonna use the 28. Sweep that. That goes into here. But I'm not gonna lie. Once you get it done and it works, you don't have to think about it again. So that is the upside, slightly. It still kind of sucks when that happens. Alright, so we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna use a automation for a gas element sensor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I could reach that from here. And let's lower that one tile. And we're gonna set it up like this. And then this is gonna be the gas pump line. Let's go in the tile, because why not? Just pump out the CO2. Gotta watch it like a hawk. Nah, he's got it. He's got it. Frankie's got it. I accidentally swept 2 bottles. That's why I messed up. Otherwise, I should be okay. Oxygen is stockpiling. New printables. I could take... Ooh, a Draco. Upgrading supply flatulence. Narcoleptic. Alright, we're taking the Draco. Even though he's a hot baby. This guy spawns at 62 degrees. That's not good for my base, but it is what it is. We'll let him hang out. We'll let him hang out. Alright, gas is down to 7 kilograms. It's time to mine that. Flatulent only run when the mods are fixed. When the mods are fixed, you know what I'm saying, man? The new updates have bopped most of the mods. I can't even do my duplicate rolls at the beginning of my new colony today, and I've spent 15 minutes rolling. So I don't want to roll for flatulent dupes and then get bad traits on top of that. So once the mods are fixed, I'll consider it. Are you allowed to have arbitraries? I haven't rolled it yet. So I got pip eggs, which are going to hatch soon, and I have oxyfer. That's going to be something I'm going to want to do. I'm going to wild plant oxyfer in a certain area and then make oxygen from that. That's going to have to be the strats. It's going to have to be the strats. I might want to do the flower pot. Oh, do I want to do that? I could do the flower pot exploit with the oxyfern and make that a perfect filter. Oh, dude, that'd be so good. What's going on, Elthar? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a nice days. Hope you're having a good Tuesdays. How are you, Elthar? What is good? This is... It's double battery. We should have enough juice for that. And then we need this for the bathrooms. I could just pipe it in here. So this is just going to be a straight line. And this is water. Auto bottle enable. Great night so far. How about you? Horrible. In the middle of my stream, I knocked over my coffee cup filled with coffee. But I caught it before it spilled. But since the cup was filled up to the rim with coffee, I still spilled coffee all over my desk. And the only upside is that I didn't have any sugar on it. So the coffee is like not bad. Right? It's not sticky everywhere. And then what happened was that my keyboard, my desk, and my mouse pad got drenched in black coffee. So it kind of sucks. I'm going to have to deal with that after stream. But yeah, outside of that, the run's going well. We got a Ghetto Hydra. This is a infinite pressure spawn design. You could see where all my hydrogen is. 2 tiles. I don't know how this happened, but hey, we have around 500 kilograms of hydrogen right there. And then our oxygen levels are at 12 kilograms, 8 kilograms, 7 kilograms. And we're just waiting to pump it out. So we generate oxygen. It flows out, touching the ice, and then we get cold oxygen. 10 degrees. It's pretty sweet. And we're just pumping that into the base right now. Outside of that, run's doing pretty good. I'm having good faith in it right now. It feels like it's going to be a good run. Don't forget the bridge. It's set priority. No, it's fine. There's nothing inside yet, so we should be okay. Great setup, man. It kind of sucked in the beginning because it was so cold. The water in the pipes kept freezing. But after we got it to work, it was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. The only thing is that we get popped eardrums. So anytime they walk in here, they're going to get a lot of stress. Luckily, we don't have that much stress, though, because we also have a lot of rooms. Great hall, barracks, latrine, and a stable. So far, so good. Wouldn't arbitraries make it possible to keep alive forever? So the thing is that I don't have arbitraries on the map. I don't even have pips on the map. So able skewer, theoretically, yes, that is all possible. But for the most part, I don't know if I will ever get arbor seeds as printing pod reward because I never discovered it, right? So because I haven't discovered it, I don't know if it's gonna be feasible. You already have pips? Yeah, I got a pip egg. They just hatched, the little babies. So we're gonna plant some oxifern later on. I'll probably put it in a separate thing. Any dupes not named yet? I think we have a couple. Stinky and Amari and Frankie. You get a choice of 3. Then you'll get 1 seed and you're done. Yeah, I only need 1 seed. Right now I'm printing... I mean, I don't know if I'll get it. Do you get arbor seeds? I don't know if you get arbor seeds. If you don't discover the plants. You know what I'm saying? You want the Frankie? I got you, Eldar. Eldar, man, I gotta use the points. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. There it is. This guy's getting a free dude. I see you, Eldar. I got you, though. Eldar 08, you want me to drop the 08? Let me know. Otherwise, welcome to the colony, Frankie. AKA Eldar. There's nothing Eldars are more proud of than their thick, dignified eyebrows. No, man, nothing wrong with that. Yes, please, I got you. Frankie, where you at? We're in, boys. We're in. Okay, so we have a little bit of idleness right now. We're doing all right. Slime is being processed into algae. We can continue mining out more of the biomes. And I might want the pips to do a little bit of a weird setup. How cool is that, Amari? Amari's the best, dude. Amari's last name is Stoudemire. That guy was a legend. Y'all probably don't even know who I'm talking about. Amari Stoudemire. Mr. Mycelium joining in as Amari and not Stinky. Stinky is normally the first one to take that people do. Is it Amari, though? Mr. Mycelium, let me know. Let me know, man. Yes, yes. Got the Amari. We're in, boys. Mr. Mycelium, welcome on in. Alright, so we're stockpiling the CO2. We could also make a separate room to feed the carbon dioxide into some oxyfruits. That could be pretty sweet. And then this pumps up to make a vacuum. That's actually very strong. Hey, I'll take Stinky. Nice. All heck joining in as the Stinky. I see you over there. Welcome in, All heck. This All heck has never been invited to a party, which is a shame. His dance moves are incredible. Yo, man. I didn't know you were called Crazy Legs, dude. I'll see you over there. How do I discover what type of geyser is before uncovering it? Go to priorities in the bottom right. Right here. Hit the exclamation point right here. And then go over the geyser. Make sure you have your tool filtered to all. And then there's going to be a number in the geyser. Highlight that. Let it go. Hit escape. Click on the yellow alert. And it tells you what type of vent it is. This is a hydrogen vent that we don't need. Nice. Welcome to the colonies. I'll take a number 8. 2 number 9s. Number 9 large. Let me get a number 6. Extra dip. And let me get a 55. I see you over there, Smoke Alarm. That name reminds me of Big Smoke. Linden, hope that helped. Let me know if you need me to repeat that. Alright, so that's good. We don't need a lot of water here. We just need to pump all this up and we'll be good for the proper bathrooms. I guess since the dupes aren't doing anything, let's start actually doing the upgrades. This outhouse needs to get replaced soon. And then we'll do a little bit of sweeping while we can. Clean up the bedrooms, clean up the meal halls so they have a nice time in there. Alright, the pips are going to start planting random seeds. I might want to start putting my seeds in here. Iron Volcano and a slime biome. Dude, Iron Volcano sucks. That holds a lot of thermal energy, man. Second to aluminum, and I think nothing else outside of niobium and tungsten. Like that that geyser generates a good amount of heat. Oh, he just took his sink. Feels bad. Oh, cobalt. That's right. Wait a second. Isn't cobalt the same temperature as iron? Isn't cobalt the same temperature as iron? If it is, isn't iron hotter? Am I wrong? 0.420? Isn't iron higher than that? 0.449. So cobalt loses to iron, even if it's hotter, because of specific heat capacity. Because if you actually calculate that in DTUs, the DTU number would be higher on iron volcanoes. I think. I might be wrong, but that is 0.029 difference. And that's 100 degrees in thousands. It's close, though. It is close. It is close. 100%. It's very comparable. Iron might be hotter, though. I might be wrong. But that's how you look at the actual calculation, right? You're looking at specific heat capacity, which is why aluminum is the hottest, because it has an insane 0.91. And then, yeah, you do the calculations, which a lot of people don't. They just look at temperature, right? And that's actually why gold is a bum. Gold is a low temp. Not only that, the specific heat capacity is even lower. You could tame gold volcano with room temperature water. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Alright, so this is good. We don't need this anymore. We could deconstruct this. Same thing with the power wire. And then pitcher pump and the pump. Get that out of there. Okay, infinite pressure is good. This is all carbon dioxide. Don't have to worry about it. And the oxygen level is a little bit more balanced. Now on this side, we can mine this finally, because the water is low enough. And then we might make a platform here. Right? Because this has to extend out as well. I could do the same thing to iron 2. I see you over there. I was looking at a chart for it. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, it's cool. And the chart's actually inaccurate. Oh, did they not consider everything? I mean, the only thing to think about that I don't have knowledge about is if there's any differences in mass. If there's any difference in mass, you could kind of calculate the difference in DTU as well. Like if there's an average mass of each molten volcano. But if it's the same, yeah, it should be aluminum, iron, cobalt. And then I think it's copper and then gold. Gold's the weakest. Comes out 400C higher than it does. Oh, I had bad info. Feels bad. Maybe it's not updated. And usually do. Since it has the hassle with steam turbine, it's too big for me. It still gives off a lot of hot metal. Yeah, you need typically, if you do iron, cobalt, and aluminum, you probably want 2 steam turbines, typically. What's going on, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Hello. I wanted to pump out like chlorine and filter it out into the reservoir, but I don't know if I want to do that. Comes out at 226, and it says it comes out at 2626. Isn't 2626 niobium? I might be wrong. Either way, though, I see. You gotta update the chart, Mr. Mycelium. Let the people know. And then you could do your good for the week by doing that. You could say that you did the world a better thing to do by making it a better place with better info. Or you could drop fresh 95C water during eruption based off temp of steam room. Oh. That's true, yeah. You gotta make sure you don't go over 150 though. If you do, it just stops erupting. Yeah, that's true. Do that for power. Let's make this priority. I mean, bathrooms are kind of sweet. For whatever reason, my dupes don't want to build it. Alright, we're going to replace this one next. And then I think it's this one because they're running low on water afterwards. Get the lavatory out. Was a fun design, but too strong. I feel like it's like having everything at the right temperature. It's like once the geyser runs out of water, it's a bad time. But if you have a stockpile, that's a great design. There's nothing wrong with being too strong, man. Alright, so they're doing good. CO2 got moved. Gas pressure is probably okay. This is low, but we're not down there too often, so it's fine. More CO2 is coming. 10 kilograms popped eardrums constantly. Seems to be okay. We're melting the biome as well, which is pretty sweet. And then we need to grab a Wheezewort next. So I do want to go up that direction right now. So let's see if there is going to be a route I could take. I want to go through this way. And I have to break through that slime one. And then I have to go like that. Alright. It is what it is, so I'll have to mine out that slime. I will want to do this then. Because if I mine out this slime lung, and let's do this first, it should be in water that stops it from off-gassing. That way, this polluted oxygen does not actually become slime lung oxygen. Which should be pretty good. No, this tile, dude. What are you doing? Sand. So we'll take that. Are you trying to melt the ice with the spawn? Yes, because if I melt the ice, I get more water. Right? Because if you mine the ice, you lose half of the mass. So if I have more water, I get more electrolyzer oxygen. So that's the goal. Create oxygen that's warm, melt the ice biome so that I could make even more oxygen afterwards. Will you isolate the living quarters eventually or just prefer open plat? I am going to isolate everything. So eventually when I mine out my starter biome, and I've already insulated a couple of spots, I'm going to do a reverse pump. So if it comes down to it and I finish mining out all the resources outside, I'm going to vacuum the outside and pull all of the oxygen in as much as I can. Right? Because that makes it easier for my dupes to breathe. If the outside is a vacuum, the inside is full of oxygen, I get to last a couple days longer. Just a couple days. Maybe not even. Maybe like half a cycle. But I will actually do that. So I'm not going to mine through the abyssalite here. We have a natural seal with insulated tiles here. We'll keep this. And then this is a natural seal. Or this is insulated seal. This is a vacuum lock. So I'm actually not worried about this tile. This works really well. And then we have the slime biome that's going to be part of the base. I think eventually this is going to be sealed up right here. But I'm just opened up into here to get into the ice right now. Their first priority is always what not to dig, dude. The dupes do that sometimes, man. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. Really do be like that sometimes. You just hate to see it, man. You just hate to see it. Thought that was the strat, but I figured I would want to make sure. Yeah, gotta melt the ice so we get more water, man. Water is going to be important. You don't want to delete resources in this playthrough. You really don't. You want to make sure you have as much as you can of everything, regardless of what it is. Like, even slime, we're processing it into algae right now. And then we're using that for this polluted water that we feed back into the spawn. It's not a spawn, though. It's just an oxygen machine that we're powering with hamster wheels. I can't wait to grab onto the hydrogen. So, many new players dig through Abyssalite without any considerations. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just playstyle. I don't mind the natural lining. Some people like to have specifically that box shape. I'm going to assume no one's going to die. And that if someone dies, more people are going to die soon. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I don't think we're going to run into any problems, but if we do have any problems, I think we're going to have pretty bad problems. We did it, boys. No slime lung in the oxygen strats. And then we just have to ladder up now. So the middle door on infinite solid storage for performance. So the solid storage, why we do this is because decor value. By having the door there, all the decor value, but everything in the middle tile gets locked into these tiles. And that's because the center tile of decor with all the debris right there, like the copper ore, the decor value of minus whatever value is 1 tile radius. So if I'm here, 1 tile radius is these tiles. So by having all these be doors and items fall through, we don't get hit by the decor penalty. So that means if you click on a dupe, they have something called decor value. They constantly average out their immediate vicinity of decor value to their cumulative average, and that's where you get this value from. At the end of each cycle, this decor value gets calculated, and if you go to morale, you have something called last cycle's decor. Right? So that makes it so that we have more or less morale depending on how bad or good it looks. The same effect as having a 2-level death bit. Yes, you can do that as well. Perfectly fine. That is also perfectly fine. Hamster wheel powered oxygen machine. Does it have a nice ring to it though? Yo man, can you pronounce that? That'd be kind of cool, man. The HW Palm sounds like a new mixed drink. Trapped dupes. What's happening? You just beta yourself. That's fine. Organics are not cleared near food box. Organics not cleaned near food box. Oh, you mean right there? It doesn't matter. This area is pressurized. Oh, no, it's not. For whatever reason, it's not off-gassing. I don't know why it's not off-gassing. But I should actually remove that. The hip palm, the hippo, the hippo M, the hip palm, the hippo design. I need to remove that. Luckily, though, it's not producing a gas bubble for whatever reason. It should be, though. It realistically should be. Yes, we got a Wheezeward. Let's go. This is my radiation source for all of my research. Let's go. Okay. So because I don't want to break into it, I think we go this way and break through the salts, and then we could just dig that up. Oh, they're all trapped. The whole colony's trapped. You guys are free now, dude. Let's go. Holy crap. They were all trapped for a second. Alright, so I want to go below everything. Let's go here. Let's go to the right. And then I want to go here. And then we'll ladder up. We're going to do it every other ladder pattern. For the reason that I could jump from here to here. So we save on the materials. It's not bad. Force palm, I see you over there. Radiation source? Yes. There's, in the DLC, something called radiation. Wheezeworts are a good source of radiation. Because in the DLC, which is what we're playing right now, there's something called applied sciences research. Applied sciences research is based off of radiation. But for the most part, basically, this bubble of radiation is radiation energy. We could harvest that with something called a rad bolt generator. When you put this inside a radioactive area like this with radiation, you charge it up and then you shoot a concentrated ball of radiation. If it hits dupes, they take a lot of damage. If it hits critters, they take damage as well. If it hits a tile, the tile also takes damage. So, radiation is kind of deadly, but we need it for the research points. So, we gotta get this plant. So, yeah. If you're not familiar with that, though, Zoo Hybrid, it's a new mechanic that was introduced with the DLC. Google Translator is not good, but the main thing is that you understood me. I got you. I see you over there. iRobots. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the help. And yeah, man. As long as we play the same game, And a lot of the words I understand, we could try to make sense of things. I know sometimes you have people from a different country trying to learn the game, but they speak a different language or don't speak English, and it's tough. And I get that. I get that. That stuff is 100% tough. Has anyone built a Radbold based critter killer? It's probably not worth it because the Radbold generator, this building, uses a lot of power. It uses a lot of power. So it's not worth it to use a Radbold based critter killer. It does work though. Alright, Mr. Streamer Man, what would you do with 2 aluminum volcanoes, a hydrogen vent, and a leaky oil fissure? In the same screen, less than a screen away from a minor volcano. I would convert all those geysers into a sour gas boiler. And I am just kidding, don't do that. Dude, 2 aluminum volcanoes? You could easily make that into a large power plant or something. Because everything there is above 200, 300 degrees easily. Leaky oil fissure being the coolest thing. The hydrogen vent, you could self-tame that solo by itself. The aluminum volcanoes, you could tactically make that a power source. It would be hard to calculate, but if you could calculate it, make it so that during the eruption period, it reaches 200 degrees, and then it works its way down. And the reason why I say that is because you need to figure out how much water you could put in to have the optimal steam pressure so that you could have that running for long term. So the goal is you want that running until it goes down to 125, and then the next eruption period starts that heats that back up to 200. So during the active period of the aluminum volcanoes, you get power from that. But of course, that's only if you want to do that. The leaky oil fissure is tough because you could theoretically use that as heat source as well to, heat up the steam turbine. But I don't know. There's nothing that naturally screams at me, though, when you have all those things together. Does seem like that could be pretty good for sour gas boiling. But I don't know, man. I don't know if you want to go through the extra steps for that. Not that much, though, for someone who uses sour gas especially, so it's battery at the same time. Yeah, it's basically just, stored power, right? Theoretically. So it's up to you if you need the power or not. Hey, an anonymous gifter with a gifts up to Fluon. Yo, anonymous, I see you over there. Appreciate it, man. Don't know who you are, but thank you for the support. Hey, yo, Fluon, you know who to thank, Mr. Anonymous. Enjoy the emote T20 does ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. But thank you so much for the support. Never touched sour gas. Kind of new, but got you. I mean, you don't have to. Otherwise, there's nothing that works kind of in combination with those geysers you listed. Nothing that's very synergetic. So you could do something that combines them, but it's not going to be optimal or anything like that. Ideally, you'd want a cold water geyser, right? Alright, so we need to make space. Might as well mine this out. And then we need to start mining out more of the area, so I guess we could just mop this up. Get rid of that. I need to make my dupe start working a little bit more. I don't want to mine down yet. I guess we could start mining this out, but all this water, I don't know what to do with it. At work right now, so I didn't hear you talked about how long you continue this run until death. I want to try to do it until we get the achievement 365 to be exact. So cycle count 365 is going to be the goal, ideally. But of course, don't know if we'll survive that long. You can set target temps for metal to get local K DTU, then use that to get water amount. Oh, I see a Leofar. 365 will be easy for you, but we don't have geysers, so it's just surviving until then. Because we're going to run out of water, right? And that's going to be the thing that I'm worried about. More Wheezeworts on the side, but I have to mine out other biomes for that, so I don't want to do that. I'm probably just going to want to grab the Wheezewort, leave, and seal this back up. Come back to it later. And these pups, dude. They're just creating a lot of slime lung for me. I see you over there, Leofar, coming in with the knowledge. Use the Oni Assistant cooling calculator. I don't think I've ever actually used that, to be honest. I don't think I've ever actually used that. I shouldn't have enough food. Oh, I don't. I'm barely getting by. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to actually make this much more. If there is Draco, there is water from natural gas. I see you over there. Sour gas. Back into methane. I don't have the tech for that yet, but I see the idea. I see the idea. I just don't have the tech yet for that. I did study heat calculation for Oni. I see you. I did a different type of heat calculation because there's a lot of different heat calculations in this game. I did something else to learn heat. I did my heat learning from steam turbines and calculating heat gain, heat loss, heat deleted. Ah, man. I did study that. Is this finally getting released? Oh, it did. Let's go. All the hydrogen got released, boys. It's actually getting released. There's used to be 300 kilograms on these two tiles. Oh, man. We get power. Let's go. Free energy. All right, so we'll allow this to keep rolling. The oxygen is pressurizing even more. But we need the polluted ice to all melt first. I've once tried to build sour gas boiler on the fly, even though I'm experienced. It was a total fluke. Use dev tool to engineer a balance setup. Dude, it's tough. Sour gas boiling is one of those things where it's like, it presents a new challenge due to the fact that you don't have the normal temperature range where you'd be like, oh, I'll just build that out of steel and everything works. That's no longer going to be an option most of the time with the sour gas boiling. But I would say it's one of those things where you don't have to do to get the full experience of the game, but it is pretty cool making a sour gas boiler. Alright, so let's make the science setup. So, we need to put a Wheezewort somewhere, harvest the energy, shoot it, and then have that go into a material science terminal. So let's think about the design for that. So we are going to need the building here. I'm probably going to want this here. Or is it here? It is. No, it's not. It's here. Yes, it's here. Yeah. It's here. It's here. So I want to eventually get the battery. I don't really need the battery, though. So this tile gets removed. And then I was going to have a reflector here. Yeah, self-cooling turbine max. You get used to the 5C window well, then you get beyond that, depending on the thermal mass buffer inside the turbine room. Yeah, there's a trick, though, where I ran into a great idea. You could pre-chill the output water of the steam turbine, so it goes from 95, it goes down, before you run it over the turbine, and it allows you to go over 200 degrees. I made an automatic method for that using Wheezeworts, and it worked out really well. You'd think you could reach space without using any refinement building, only natural refinement? Natural refinement. So dropping like metal ore into magma and then getting the refined metal that way? I don't know about that. That's probably a thing, though. That's probably a thing. Let's put this here. Or using hatches. Oh, that's right, hatches. So in the base game, that's not possible. Because in the base game, rockets all require steel. So smooth hatches cannot make steel. So that's already out of the question. In the base game, you could reach without refinement because rockets only require... Or no. Yeah, you do need a little bit of refined metal. Yeah, I guess with smooth hatches, that's a thing. Outside of that, it's not really that bad because a lot of the tech is early game. Like, it's made for the early game. Without super materials, it'd be interesting. You could do it. There's just a lot of things you got to do. A lot of doors, which makes it kind of hard to design. Smooth hatches, yep. You're just making things difficult for yourself. Yep, at that point, yeah. At that point, yeah, I agree. Doesn't need to be done, but it can be. Alright, so we have this. This is going to be Wheezewort, and then we're going to run one generator. And I think we go like this. Oh, this doesn't work. I could just do one for now, because this needs stable power, and it's such a pain when you don't have stable power. So this is going to mean this. We're going to need a switch. What about turbine cooling with icy fan? Oof. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Because you're... The thing about the icy fan is that you're not deleting heat, you're literally displacing it, which is why Wheezeworts are always going to be a better option. Wheezeworts will chill without having a secondary process or generating heat. Which is why it's good. Because on a heat scale, this is positive. You remove the heat. I think ice makers are ones that destroys heat. Do they? I thought it was only turbines. I thought literally turbines are the only thing that actually destroys heat. Now, weren't ice makers also pretty bad in the sense that weren't they heat positive or something like that? I might be wrong. Then again, I don't use ice machines enough. Don't use ice machines enough. That shoots down, this shoots diagonally, and then we harvest the rad here, go here to here. Alright, I probably want a second one, and then I need power for that. So that's going to shoot here, and then it's going to hit this tile, otherwise it's going to hit that tile. That's not bad. And then I need power for that. So that's going to be where we want to capture the hydrogen. Okay, so from here, I could probably do this now. And I need to start moving out the hydrogen at the very top of the map. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very feasible. It does! 3,700 DTU per second. That's impressive. Oh, Grushik is cool. Grushik is cool. Gotcha, gotcha, iRobot. No worries, no worries. Wait, the Ice Maker deletes 3,700 DTU per second? That's a utilities building. Is that dependent on the water? Yeah, that's not a lot. That's a battery running for 3 seconds. Is that really a battery running for 3 seconds? Yeah, it's battery running for 3 seconds, yep. I mean, it still deletes DTU. You know, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yo, man, that's 3 seconds on a battery. It feels bad. Just kidding. Seriously, I see iRobot. No worries, no worries. Alright, so we need the oxygen here to settle. And then ideally we want this polluted water to get removed. We're going to leave it there though because we can't do anything about it. I want to mine out this salt if possible. And then we need to start building a pipeline. That's going to be where this needs to be rebuilt. Oh, we got hydrogen here. What a meme. It's going to float back up. I guess it's fine. Alright, I need to pump this out as a power generator. Oh, I could probably do the generator here and then use the power to the bottom. Oh, yeah, that's really sweet. So I could do something like this. And then this needs to be removed. And then I don't want to build on top of the snow because the ice goes up. We might get flooding. So I do this, this, this. To get some pathing. And then we pump to the generator. And then I can replace this wheel with that setup. And then all I need is a smart battery. We put that right below. Yeah. You need to power it, so I think it becomes power. I mean, it's positive overall. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I thought the ice machine is. How do I say this? Doesn't it generate heat more than it cools down? I'll take the coal for now. Oh, we're getting people stressed. Is it because of popped eardrums? It might be. That's not too bad, though. Hey, Shaima got into the bathrooms. Nice. It's gonna kill off all the food poisoning. Alright, I also need to replace another wash basin. It's the beginning of the cycle, right? So it should be safe time. It generates heat, but you get net negative 4k DTU with the ice machine. Is that each time you make ice? So it's not per second, right? It's each time you make ice. I mean, that's better than having it be positive. Starving? Someone actually starving, dude? Feels bad. Oh, that's per second. That's not bad. If it's per second, that's pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. If it's per second, that's pretty sweet. Alright, let's finally replace all the bathrooms so we have proper plumbing. Alright, the only thing we need now is a reservoir setup. So we need this, and then we need that. Go ahead, Xenosai. Worth lighting up the dining hall? No. That's power I don't have yet. No lights right now in this stage of the game. I don't have enough power to keep it running. That's 10 watts per second for 600 seconds. That's 6,000 watts. Which is about like what? 1/7 of the jumbo battery. And then it also generates heat. I don't want to deal with that at this point in the game yet. Eventually we'll probably get some lights for some of the things, but not everything. Go ahead, Xenosai. Ask away. Ask away. Oh, they're planning. Oh, they're not. This is the glitch. This is the glitch Cthulhu talked to us about. He was like, hey, did you know pips keep their cheeks puffy after they plant one seed? Look at these guys, man. Look at their cheeks. This is a great glitch. They're not planning. They're just walking around looking like they got nuts in their mouth. Like a normal squirrel trying to find a place to dig, put the seeds in. And like the squirrels do, they don't actually remember where they planted their seeds. Feels bad, man. Do I need to worry about hot abyssalite as debris or as sealing natural tiles? And do you have a favorite artifact? The favorite artifact might be the useless object. The one where it's a box and then there's a switch on it. And then naturally it just switches on and then a hand sticks out and turns it back off. There's an artifact like that. It's pretty good. Maybe Russell's teapot, now that I know the background story about that, is a second one. And then, yes, you do have to worry about hot abyssalite and hot debris. You do, yes. If you bring through a liquid lock that's a one-drop lock like this, and it's hot abyssalite, you can boil your oil. Or if they walk through and then their schedule ends and they drop the item on the ground, that will continuously boil the liquids. So you have to watch out for that, whether it's cold or hot. So if you have that, you want to make sure you have a full liquid lock in those cases, because you could fight the temperature by having a lot more mass, because that works out better that way, right? So it doesn't spike up, it'll just slowly climb up instead. But yes, you do have to worry about the hot abyssalite debris. So you're talking about it in this form and carrying it around. In the most case, it doesn't look like it's going to be a lot of heat, but if you leave it there, you'll start slowly seeing like a circle radiate from it. It's going to take a long time, but most of the pain comes from walking through liquid locks and sweeping it. So yeah, you got to watch out for that. They look like they got stung by a bee. They do, man. They do. Stung by a beta. The hatchers are like, dude, you got some big cheeks. He's gonna try to outdo the pips. Can't do it though. Can't do it. All right. Are we at the ice yet? Oh, we do. We got the first Weezewort. Let's go. Wart Seed. After we grab that, we're going to seal this up so that we don't have to melt this biome unnecessary. And that allows us to do a couple things. A, that hopefully allows me to have the sleet wheat stockpile as emergency food in some of the tiles. It's always great to have emergency food. So anything that's sealed too, like this, these three are great. This one up top. This one's not good because it's going to rot in the oxygen. So if it's placed in a debris storage with the cooling loop running through, I should be fine. The best thing to do with items that are too hot that you're never going to use or don't plan on using is by putting a storage bin in the space vacuum in space. Because there is no heat transfer in space. And then that way, if you get any new hot abyssalite, you can put it there as well. And if you're getting that hot abyssalite from the top of the map, that's also another reason. But that's not necessary. That's just an option. You don't have to do that. This is something I would recommend. Because that's what I do. Because I don't plan on using abyssalite for insulation or feeding the shine bugs. Because the abyss bug, this guy right here, he eats abyssalite. So if you're not planning on feeding him, I just put it in the space vacuum up top. That way I don't have to cool it down. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to worry about it. It's up to you, but that's what I do. But if you do what you're doing, that should work. Yes, that should work with the cooling loop setup. I will say that your cooling loop will be chilling that area of the map, though. I mean, that's not a bad thing. But yeah, your cooling loop might be a little bit more active than you want it to be. Alright, so that Weezewort's going to be there. All we need now is to get some power. Now, this potential load is what I'm a little bit worried about. So I might want to remove a couple of things from this power line so that we could use this for the bottom. So I think that means we want to do this. And then I need to make a larger gap so that I could move... No, I don't. Oh, we're popping out hydrogen. No, dude. No hydro. Oh, that's rude. All the hydrogen's coming out. It's going to float back up. It's fine. Hydrogen's not scary. We're okay. We're okay. Yeah, I usually do that too. Just curious if I could mix the storages. You probably could. And it's going to take so slow that it's probably not going to matter that much. Because the heat transfer for that is a little bit on the slow side. Alright, so this goes up, and then the hydrogen generator automation's on the left. Okay. Go like that. Alright, so this area, we have a regular power wire. I'm going to add 600 watts to that. This right here is 120, 360. So I could only put these two and a couple of... Oh, that's tough. And then this has to be entirely operated at the bottom. I mean, it is what it is. A wise man once told me, it is what it is. And then that goes there. And then this could be cold. I'm actually not worried about that. And then that's going to be our hydrogen gen. A natural Rodriguez. We have all the hydrogen at the top, right? The natural Rodriguez. And then we just pump it out. Let's go, boys. It's not bad. It's not bad. The natural Rodriguez. The classic. Alright, so we got that. We need to run this straight up. And then we probably want to run it like that. That tile's going to be tough. And then I need to put a ladder right there. So that I could jump from here to there and still get to this area. And then this tile, because the sand's gonna be a pain. And then we'll get some power for this. We need the hydrogen because this is gonna need to be on stable power. If it's not on stable power, it's gonna be a tough time. Which is why we want that on the hydrogen generator and nothing else. Then I do also want this. We got a artifact, let's go! We got the blender, boys. Will it blend? Could that blend? That was close. I was close to the quote. But I don't have any of the story trait buildings, which kind of sucks. I still haven't played with any of the story traits yet. That's a bad feeling. That's honestly a bad feeling, man. Haven't played with the story traits. Let's set this up to 95, 35. Alright, this is not bad. This is a good start. Our hatch ranch isn't perfect, but it's there. These guys are cramped now, though. Feels bad. Let's get some more eggs out. They're just gonna eat the sandstone, which is fine. I should probably sweep these floors then, as a result. Move the hatches back out. I started a max difficulty run yesterday. Nice! Which planetoid did you start on? That's the biggest thing. The starting planetoid affects that so much. Frozen Forest Moonlet. That one... Oh, God. That one is not bad, but I think the problem is you don't get gold. I don't think you get gold, right? The Hermit seems like a cool as a buffed friend. Yeah, he has charismatic, which is pretty sweet. Outside of that, though, is kind of a pain to get. Yeah, you don't get gold. You have to go straight for steel when you build your first anything that overheats. Everything's cold anyway. That's true. That is true. That is the upside. Everything's cold. But the hardest thing about that is food in the beginning. Were you just chomping on dirt for like the first 100 cycles? Like, how are you going to do carnivore? Aren't there like reduced amount of critters on the frozen forest? Because it's so cold, you get less critters to spawn. Yeah, you have pips, and I think nothing else, right? Oh, you got a hatch. Lucky. Lucky. Did you get Pakus? Because, dude, you can't do carnivore, man. Oh, no, you're not doing all achievement. I thought you were doing all achievement. You're just doing max difficulty. Gotcha. I thought you were doing all achievement for some reason. There's always one buried hatch on each map. Classic. So you're telling me there's in-life guarantees are death, taxes, and one buried hatch. Seems legit. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. Seems like a nice deal. Death, one hatch, and taxes. Let's go. Alright, that's going to be the connector. I need to do this. Sand's going to fall. We'll have to mine that out, of course. How come someone is stressed? Citrus the wizard, man. Oh, you're the guy with low morale. Yep, okay. We need to hook this guy up. So we're going to give him another hour of downtime. So that he's no longer stressed out. He is now 9 out of 10. We're going to give him the extra hour of break soon. So he'll be fine. I guess we could upgrade the room to a private bedroom. No, I don't have plastic. Come on, Mr. Dreco. 15%. You better eat more mealwood, son. Those are some rookie numbers. We need to pump those up. We need to get some glossy babies. Alright, so the idea is we take the polluted water from here and pump it back into the system. The asteroid I teleported to has hatches and Drecos. Okay. 2 frozen friends. Are you going to open them? Can you even feed them? I guess if you need to eat more meat for carnivore, you could do that. But otherwise, I don't know if you're going to open them. You have 2 ranchers? Oh, man. Do you even have ranching skill? Have you tried to run on the hardest settings, on the hottest setup? That was so much fun for me until it got easy, and then it's standard after that. I did a max difficulty run on the flipped asteroid. I have that playthrough on YouTube, Able Skewer, if you want to check that out. Yeah, Ancient Knowledge is not bad. Oh, because they have Ancient Knowledge, they get Rangers immediately. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying now. And so I gave them ranching immediately. Yeah. I forget about that. They start out with extra skill points. So you could immediately get ranching if you teleport. Didn't even consider that. That's actually a speedrun strat to a certain degree. Because getting EXP in the beginning is slow. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty slow. We're at 10 out of 10, so hopefully if he just stops getting popped eardrums, he'll be fine. Honest, radioactive moonlight ain't bad. So much water there. But your teleporter planet is the flipped planet. Right? Isn't that the thing with that? If you take the radioactive ocean and you use the teleporter, it takes you to a flipped magma planet. I think that's part of the fun, right? Yeah, spreading out the dupes is my tactic right now to survive and eat out the planet. Ooh. Hope you don't run out of dirt, man. Hope you have a lot of power and able to do all the things. Oh, man. This is gonna off-gas. I think I'm pressurized, though. So hopefully I'm fine. Suffering, but fun, I think. You think you're having fun? I don't know, man. The moment you have to think about that, I'm kind of curious. Are you still having fun? Oh, we have a natural break right here. So if we actually had a shovel, he'd actually sneak in. That's kind of interesting. Food has decay. That's fine. We're not actually using that. Entombment. This got entombed again. Alright, we can mine that out. Wait a second. My liquid disappeared. Oh. It deleted the liquid, but not the oil. That's actually pretty impressive, because we put 13 kilograms in here. Alright, we're gonna have to put some brine again to fill up the second level. And then unpermitted food. 7. This is 20, 15, 35, 7. That should actually balance out. But if we're out of food, I probably do need to feed them. No, shine bug, dude. Messing up their nights. I know I am with the max difficulty run I'm on. 1100 cycles strong. That's good. That's good. Someone's actually starving. Alright, man. We'll allow you guys to eat muckroot today. Let me get some food. Fertilizer, I'll take that. Having fun, that is a yes to you. Having max difficulty is an excuse. I could say I could technically support 2 times more dupes. Yo, man, what's stopping you from getting more dupes then? Just print out enough dupes till you hit 69. And then that would be a nice difficulty level to play at. Frame rates, that's a good excuse, actually. Sometimes, man, you're limited to the frames. It'd be like that sometimes. Alright, guys. I think this is going to be a great spot to wrap things up for the night. We're 75 cycles in. The Super Classic Mamba and the Super Classic Run. And we got a jank Hydra submerged bomb setup, generating a lot of oxygen. And otherwise, we're making good progress. Can't leave the map. And we're going to probably carve out the map as a response. And then set up a perimeter and try to stay inside that perimeter as long as we can. But, guys, we are doing pretty good. And I'm happy with the progress we made. So, let's get that save in. Let's make a new save. Super Classic 1. We'll take care of the stress with Citrus next day and say morale thing. I gave him too many skills. We gave him max digging, even though we didn't need to do that. That put a little bit too much pressure on Mr. Citrus. But I think he's fine now, as he is sitting on 16 morale. It's pretty good. And of course, guys, people here, people everywhere. And it's going to be time for me to wrap things up for the night. So let me check the save.